It's not hard to knock them down. It's getting them to stay down that's the trick.
Autobots, transform.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to George Reviews. I am an 80s Transformer fan. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'll be taking a look at Takara Tomy Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy Springer. Here's a Voyager class figure. Before I get into this figure, I want to tell you a little something about me and the channel in case you don't know. In this review, and all my reviews, whenever possible, I'm going to take a look at the packaging. I'm going to unbox the figure. So if you need to fast forward and you don't like all that tedious stuff, you can do it now. And I'm going to compare them with an older figure, most likely a G1 figure. And I'm going to hit you with some size comparisons, you know, pretty much standard stuff. And I'm going to transform this guy without any rehearsal, any practice. I'm going to try to shoot this thing straight through, so it could get a little tedious. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to bring him forward. Leave him back first. We're going to spin the packaging around real quick. So it's the standard Siege packaging for the Voyager class figures, for most Siege figures anyway. They either shrink it up or down. Siege splattered all over. You can see Springer clearly in the window. And my first impression of this figure, he looks great. I can tell you that right now. He looks like everything Springer should be. I've complained about the weathering on some figures in this line in the past, but it looks like they nailed it on this guy. It really did. He looks very much cartoon. He looks reminiscent of the G1 toy, and that's just the first impression. And a lot of people are excited to get this figure for multiple reasons, because Springer's a pretty cool guy, and also we get a new mold. It's a triple changer. Here's the side of the box where you see Voyager class, multiple languages, artwork for Springer, and yeah, we get a new mold. He's not some previous guy repainted, even though he probably will be repainted in the Sandstorm or some other guy, but most likely Sandstorm. Here's the product shop on the back. The Battle Masters you can purchase him in robot mode, helicopter mode, car mode. Again, like I said, he is a triple changer. They delivered on that, and the artwork on the side. And now I'm going to get Springer open. All right, out of the packaging, there isn't anything else in the box. Turn around, I feel the instruction booklet on my fingers. Oh, and I also, if you don't know, I do not use instructions, but in case you want to see what they look like. Okay, now Springer is free out of the packaging. His feet are coming down a little bit, but they are stiff. Let's get Springer standing. Springer is out of this box. Get some of this out of the way. Let's take a look at Springer. Bring him forward. Take a look at his face sculpt real quick. Looks very much like the G1 cartoon and other artworks, incarnation, comic books, and etc., etc. You can see the weathering effect, the scraping on the yellow parts and on his chest. And like I said, a lot of these Siege figures, it looks so random, but it looks purposed on here. You can see where it actually looks like that is where it would actually rub off on the corners and stuff. Looks very good. And then it's like in weird places on a lot of the guys, he has it up top and down low. Some guys have it up top and won't have it down low, or vice versa, but he has it on his legs. I don't see any paint flaws or defects as I'm going through it, like, because clearly this is painted a lighter green over another color, but it looks like it's done well. Spinning Springer around, he's wearing a roof of the car helicopter for a backpack. It actually looks like a jetpack backpack. It looks cool with more weathering on the back. That could be a little bit overdone for my taste right there. And they filled in the legs pretty good, hiding a lot of the hollowing and where it collapses for transformation. You see little ports back here, ports here and here. So that is how Springer looks. So his paint looks perfect. I don't see any mold flashing. He looks great. He really does. I hope everything else lives up to it. I'm very excited for this figure. And so I'm going to do his articulation now. See if I zoom in just a bit. Take a look at his head. His head 360s. I believe it's on a ball joint. I can't really see if you can see it. I see the peg system, but I guess it's a ball joint. He has a little bit of side to side. Just the hair, the same hair up and down. That's all you're gonna get, and not a whole lot going on with the head. Coming to his shoulder, we can get it to 3. Nope. It's banging a little bit. It's hitting right on his panel, so it won't 360, but you can get this much. You can get pretty much what you need out of it without the 360. It comes to the side on a separate hinge up top here. Get it to the side this far. Get both his arms up. He has what would be a bicep swivel. It looks like it's trying to hit this tire right here, but it's still at 360 to hit that tire. It kind of kicks it out a little bit when it hits it. Elbow band, I've been messing with that already. Comes up this far, which is pretty cool. It's pretty much all you need. And I love his hand. It's like a cool rounded hand scope instead of just coming straight from this piece to the knuckle like on some of the figures. So his hand looks pretty cool compared to a lot of figures. Looks like he has a gun in here. Some type of gun, unless it transforms into something else. Or opens up. I don't know. Yeah, or it opens up. Okay. But still looks like a little gun. Like he pulled out the one gun and transformed in the movie, but it was on top. So he can kind of get that effect. A little bit, if you can see what I'm talking about. So that is cool right there. And the hand 360s, which is very, very cool. Coming to his waist, it doesn't 360. It's hitting this piece back here to stop him from coming around, or it would 360. But he has enough motion to get what you need out of it as far as poses and everything else, because that's what articulation is for. A lot of figures will boast a lot of articulation, but their bulk won't allow them to get into decent poses. And I always say articulation is only as good as the poses you can get a figure in. He has this joint here at the waist, allowing him to get his foot up this far, and I believe we can take it back just as far. And he has a rotation here. I see it at the thigh. It's very, very stiff. So he has a lot of articulation there. Coming to his knee, and his knee bends a lot. This is excellent. His articulation is excellent. I accidentally hinged this, which is probably his transformation. So he has a lot going on there. So upper thigh, no real knee swivel. At least I can't feel it unless it's very, very stiff. Coming down to his foot, I've already moved this rocker thing a lot. And you can get him in a wider stance and keep both his feet on the ground. And he can stand on one leg. The joints are tight enough. The articulation is good enough to hold him on one leg. I don't know what you would do in this pose, but you can get something. He can be stomping Decepticons or something. So you can get Springer posed out for combat, standing real well, doing all the things you need him to do. Take his swords out. And again, with all these ports, if you don't know, you can store the weapons somewhere everywhere. I'm not gonna, probably not gonna pull all that off. And the weapons everywhere. And he can take his blaster, put it right here. It's very elongated. I don't know if it's designed to connect with something else and do something else, or it separates. I did not know that. I just found out. Again, raw review. The review where you figure it out when I figure it out. So he has two mini pistols, which is cool. And I didn't even realize it. They didn't even say it on the back of the box. This is why you should use instructions, everybody. And I don't think it's quite showing me on the back of the box. It has some... Again, yeah, I try not to go over all this because you can peg and mismatch weapons and create and build. Then they get actual figures that build and create a whole new weapon. So you can do that if you chose. Or you can put the whole thing in here. I do believe. Yeah, I think that's more or less what's on the box. You can do the whole thing. And I said I wasn't going to do it, but now I done got curious and now I'm going through it. And so, to get this guy transformed. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is rotate the head. The head rotates, and if I can get this fist tucked away. Oh wait, the fist, I don't even know if the fist tucks away. Unhinge this backpack. Again, these transformations are unofficial. So if you're trying to figure out how to transform yours, you may need another reviewer. But believe it's got to unhinge, right? There it is, right there. It's pretty tight. Maybe the whole thing moves. I don't know. Okay, unhinged it from the front. So that works a little bit better. Still not getting the whole thing to move at all. Pretty sure, yeah. I'll say it's a little stiff right here, but it moves on. Alright, that unhinges. And clearly the shoulders and the chest is the front of the vehicle. So got that down. His head's tucked away. This becomes the front of the car. Some way, somehow. Oh wait, these little panels here have to come down. Right here. To allow there's a little paint splotching in there. But you can't see it in either mode unless you're transforming it. But anyway, just noticed it. Front of the car comes down. And okay, these panels here, they're blocking me. This opens up, arm comes back. Rotate the fist and tab that into there. Same thing on this side, gonna pop this panel up, open that up, straighten out the arm. And wait, if I got it right, and the hand just holds that tab right there on the side of the car. And you can see the way it's laid out. Hopefully I won't have that much trouble transforming this thing. Looks like there's two pegs here. They probably go underneath the windshield, I'm thinking. It's not really cooperating with me. There we go. If that's the proper step. I know these go into the side of the vehicle. Oop, panel closed on me. Okay. Just had to add a little bit of force to it. I was afraid after I popped the panel I was doing too much. Alright, that's the front of the vehicle tabbed in. Then the legs coming down to these things. Let me see. Rotate these around. Swing this little thing around. This little piece right here fits into this little groove right there. Slides up underneath here. It'll give you a lot of room to work with. And then working around the camera makes it even worse. Swing this around. Again on this side. Put in a little groove right there. Tab the... Wait. There's a piece I'm missing. Open up this leg here. Probably should open it up sooner. And get this little fin out. And I usually miss stuff like this on a lot of my videos. A lot of them. Alright, open this up and I get a better grip on it. Close that back up. Got that fin out. I'm come back to this side. Yeah, I suck at this. I mean, I know how to do it, but just doing it on camera, making it look smooth. Like the guys that do it, I guess I'm assuming they practice all day, like days in a row or something to get it going. But I just try to go out of the box, just like I would do if I was at home by myself, which is like I think most people would do. Most guys anyway, just tackle it head on. And all right, just got to get this to tab in here because we pretty much have the car. Is to click in. Hopefully when I set it down it will roll. I think this is everything to the car mode. Let's see if I can get it to roll. Nope, it's a little clunky and I'm pretty sure it's something I'm doing. There we go. Got a little bit of a dip in my table right here. But it is rolling. Nothing's dragging. It's just real loud because of the plastic and the way it's made. Well, this is Springer's vehicle mode, and so far this is the best looking G1 style official Transformer Springer I have ever seen. Man, this might be my favorite Siege figure so far. He's not my favorite character, but Siege figure, And I do like the character, but I mean, this thing is pretty sweet. So you can put the guns here and everywhere support. I hate going over this stuff because, I mean, you get it. Hell, unless you're 8 years old. Put the guns everywhere around the car that you would like to. But some people might want to see it, so I'm not going to be a jerk. So, and I'm going to get them next to some more Siege guys. Here's Deluxe Class. I believe it's Deluxe Class. I always get my classes confused. Deluxe Class Sideswipe and Deluxe Class Prowl. So you can see what it looks like next to a couple other Cybertronian cars. Scoot this thing over just a little bit to get him on an even surface. So here he is next to the other vehicles. He's a lot larger. He's a larger class figure, so he's going to be bigger. But here they are, side by side. Okay, so here he is next to fellow Voyager class Springer from Thrilling 30, Transformers Thrilling 30 line. And you can see they're very comparable. The really difference is the design choices for the vehicle, making the back of this car more proportionate than this guy. And this was supposed to be faithful to the G1, sort of, kind of. The best thing about Springer in this line, he can fit in any of the lines because he only had a Cybertronian mode. They didn't try to give him an Earth mode. Like, I think this is sort of Earthed out. Is that a thing? Earthed out? Well, we're gonna make it a thing. It's the thing. This one is Earthed out, y'all. So here these guys go side by side, and I'm gonna scoot him back. I'm gonna bring in G1 Springer, and in the G1, this was the only failing to me as far as this toy. I mean, of course, these guys were made to fit into the Diaclone scale type guys that already existed when they made these guys, so they kind of made them suck on purpose. So his little armor car mode just is, I mean, I don't think this thing actually worked, boy. This, woo. So here he is next to the G1 version of himself, and a beautiful, beautiful upgrade so far. I think that's all I got, and we're gonna go full transform and get him into helicopter mode. And one more, here he is with Titans Return RC. You see how these guys look side by side? Alright, to get this guy in his helicopter mode, it shouldn't be much of a fuss to go from this to that. Untab the arms, because they move back slightly. And the little wing part, this little thing comes out right here. I guess it's a wing, I don't know. Swing this down, bring this out. It slots out on this hinge right here. Swings around. I'm making it harder on myself. I'm trying to go this way with it when all I gotta do is swing it around this way. Wow. Okay. It's the little things that get you, I tell you, the little things. Okay. Pop this out. This time I know to flip it around this way. Tab in the fist back to this thing. And I believe just move this back, accordion this back ever so slight way. I think I got to get the legs out of the way. I will pop the roof up a little bit. Take these out. Swing this whole bottom piece around. Then untab these. I'm just gonna untab the whole thing because I don't know what I'm doing, so I think it'll be a lot easier if I give myself some room. Let's see, unhinge this piece right here, rotate this forward. No, wait. Alright, wait, like this, and alright, bring this, hold it. Let me look at the box. Alright, yeah. These things, I think, okay, we're going to rotate this around. And that's how it goes. Bring these over here. Rotate these around. Unhinge this, because they go together. These rotate and cover the back. Yeah, these go in here. rotate this one in and put it inside there. I think I got it. Get them under here. I believe that's how the back of this thing goes. I don't know if it's straight or not. This little piece tabs together here. I don't know if I got it or not. Okay, accordion this inside there. And I think this tab here goes inside the wrist right there. Accordion this down. It slides slightly back from his car mode. And I think that's pretty much it. I got to get it to tab correctly. Alright, I heard some popping. Sounds good to me. Alright, got this down. I don't know if it goes down better than that. I see a little bit of gapping in there. Could be mistransforming it, or it could have that little bit of gapping. So, yeah, man, you can tell I was concentrating doing that. My voice got all low like that painter guy. Got to put a nice little tree right here. So you take the helicopter blade, put that in right there. I think I got this right. And helicopter blade spins great. It's smooth. Spins for a long time. You're not hearing a rattle like the plastic scraping. The things I don't like about this mode is the back. There's no propeller here. They could have made something like here kind of look like a rear propeller. I guess maybe this is it. I don't know. And there's no propeller in the back. I kind of don't like that. It's no big deal. And in the front, it seemed like this could have did better. Came forward a little bit more and covered up the tire a little bit. Because like if you saw this guy flying around Cybertron, you'd be like, hey, what else does he transform into? Because you can like see it, you can tell. It's not horrible, and I know that's something you got to deal with toys. Oh, and of course you can take his gun and add it right here for that to complete the cartoon look of Springer, where he was seen sometimes with this gun here, sometimes with not. Right here, now he's armed up, coming in on the battlefield, giving it to Decepticons. Okay, you know what I just thought about, and I think it kind of sucks. If I could be missing it, but I don't think he has landing gear. I don't think any of this stuff becomes landing gear, which kind of sucks, unless I guess you can maybe use the weaponry, I don't know, as some type of landing gear. Maybe. This stuff ports everywhere. I don't think that's going to work out at all. Maybe, nope. That's not, I'm not feeling that. And of course, the weapons port everywhere, all over the vehicle, wherever you want to get them, on top. Guns on deck. I like saying that. Anyway, you get the guns everywhere. I think that kind of takes away. If you put the guns here, it draws your eyes back to car mode. You got to kind of leave those off or leave it underneath. But there is no landing gear. So anyway, I'm going to put him down and compare him to some of the other vehicles he might see in the skies over Cybertron, which is fellow leader class, Voyager class, fellow Voyager class Starscream. And he has the proportion, he looks proportionally bigger, but Starscream has just as much bulk. It's just tucked underneath, so it looks kind of bigger. They kind of compare better this way, like that, I guess, but pretty much the same size. It's just transformed and packed in a little bit different. And from Titan's Return, I want to bring in highbrow fellow Autobot and fellow helicopter he might see over the skies of Cybertron. But this is how these guys look side by side. Put him down, and I'm going to bring in a thrilling 30 Springer. Then I hope I transform correctly. I'm sure somebody will tell me that I didn't. But this is my second time transforming this thing into his helicopter mode, and here they are side by side. And this thing is actually pretty cool. I think this is better, but this thing is pretty cool. I wasn't expecting this thing to be this cool. Side by side comparison, and they're both Voyager class figures. Oh, and this guy has landing gear. I mean, it's molded in back here. It doesn't really roll or anything like that. The front neither, but it's a separate piece. Then he has landing gear, so he can come in. Yeah, that's my helicopter sound effect. Once again, yeah, deal with it. That's my effect. And he has landing gear. And Springer has no landing gear unless I haven't found it. I'm hoping somebody in the comments say, hey man, you got to pull out the... But I don't think it's there. Oh, that's it. Anyway, moving on. Here is the Generation 1 Springer. Here all three of these guys go side by side. These are all the Springers that I own. I don't own third-party guys. Never saw one that really liked. Here they are side by side. Okay, before I make the jump back to his robot mode, I'm going to show you can port in the Generation Springer weapons and they fit just as fine. There's a helicopter blade on there and it spins. Does not spin as well as the Siege blade. I don't think it's as perfectly balanced. And leave that in here for a sec. And you could take that Springer's weaponry and port it in, same ports, which is kind of cool. So if you got one laying around, if you got the weapons laying around, you can put it in. It actually works really well. Works better than his weapons because it rotates, it moves up and down, and you can rotate it. Well, you can rotate the other one, but anyway, it just looks sweeter. This looks cooler, and these weapons actually fire. If you didn't know. So that is cool, and you can put it in all the ports. You can put it back here. Add a little something to that, and again it moves in and out. It's on the hinge. This is like really cool. That's a little bonus if you got them both. Port it in, and yeah, and like I said, it's almost a perfect green match, not quite. So there's that. So Springer back in the robot mode, and I can tell you, this is my favorite Siege figure. If you don't have this guy, I suggest you pick him up. And if you got this guy, do you love him as much as I do? Because my first impression out of this guy, maybe if I play with it a little while, it might go up, might go down. But I really like this guy straight out of the box. He's very cool. He's everything that I think Springer should be. If he was a little bit smaller, I would throw him in with my G1 collection. He's not wearing a lot of back kibble. He has this on, but it kind of fits. It looks like a booster pack. We know it's the roof of the helicopter. And absolutely no complaints. I can nitpick it, but I can nitpick any toy from any toy line anywhere. So this guy really has it going on. Gonna slide him back. Now that I told you how much I love it, I'm gonna bring out his Generations. This guy side by side. There's Springer, and I'm gonna bring in the G1. What about, where's his gun? Let me see if I can find his gun real quick. Okay, found it. One thing G1 has over all these guys is the chrome, which is sometimes not a good thing because the chrome wears away over years. But for 30 years, this Springer's held up pretty good. Over 30 years, actually. Here are these three guys side by side by side. I got them all in. Let me see. We got them all in now. Boom. Okay, so now let's run the gauntlet of size comparisons. I'm going to bring out, I think it's Deluxe Class Cup from Titan's Return. Next to that guy, Deluxe Class Hot Rod from Titan's Return. See how these guys scale a la the movie. And I'm going to bring out third party Deluxe Class RC. Squeeze her in here. See how she looks with these guys. And I'm going to pop her out of here, bring in Titan's Returns Deluxe Class RC, which not a fond of her paint job or overall design too much. So I use my third party as a stand-in. Let's get these guys out of here. Bring in Leader Class. Sorry, Voyager Class Optimus Prime. See how these guys scale side by side. I'm going to bring out Deluxe Class Hound. Him out of there. Alright, here is Voyager Class Megatron. Next to Springer. Get him out of here. I'm going to bring out Leader Class Rodimus Prime from Titan's Return. Adjust the camera. Get these guys in. Make pull back a little bit. See these guys side by side. And here he is next to G1 Gold Optimus. Wait, what? And last but not least, I'm going to dare to be stupid and bring out Wreck-Gar, Walgreens exclusive Deluxe Class figure. So they can rekindle their original rivalry from the '86 movie. So alright, that's it with the size comparisons and all the crap I'm pulling out. Put a couple weapons back in his hand and tell you, if you don't have this figure, pick it up. I can't find anything realistically wrong with it. Like I say, I can go at it for some little issues. I know the weathering might not be everybody's liking or whatever, but articulation is good. The paint apps are good, or at least on mine. I like the way he look. I like the way he's designed. Reminds me of what I saw in animation from my childhood. I finally got that Springer. Thought I had to get a Masterpiece figure to actually finally get it, but I did not have to pay Masterpiece money. And for $29.99, what these figures are going for, he's a good pickup. So, thank you for watching my toy review. This is George, the 80s Transformer fan, and you just watched a review where every toy has a story.
Autobots, transform!